Okay, well, let's jump right into a short recap. Last session, we kind of remembered a lot of stuff that happened a lot earlier in the campaign before like, the actual previous session. We went all the way back until when you came to Okrasi and basically saved the city from being besieged by corrupted goblins and a couple of other horrifying creatures, including the feral assassins. You also prevented a ceremony that what you believe would have resulted in creation of a new feral and saved three well human lives. You also found a portal under the like inside the lake at the bottom, which was defended, and Owen didn't really have any tools or spells equipped it, to investigate further. Um, Everything okay?
Yeah, no, it's just a stupid thought came to mind.
Okay. Um, and you also got hired by the new Yao after the old one was beheaded to escort her to the city of Drasif, where a new important council of Yaos is about to be held by the king of Is. You agreed during that time in like during the traveling to Drasif, you got attacked by assassins. You defeated them. um, you then got attacked again in Drasif, defeated them again, and eventually you started investigating, trying to find who put a bounty on your head, who are the assassins. This took you to a seamstress shop, and eventually you made a connection and got an invitation to talk directly to the head of the assassins organization, who is named the organization is named the Knight's Bane, and the head of the organization was called the Dark Gardener. You made a deal with her. Basically, she would hold off the bounty for now, and when the time comes, she will ask you for a favor, and you will have to agree to it. Shaking hands, she marked Ivor with a ritual tattoo, which, after inspection, you only know that it is very binding, and it accumulates power over time as well.
I can't
Um,
cut my arm off to get rid of it.
no, I actually didn't say that you can't. If you want
No,
to
we,
go
we
for
did.
it,
We did. We spoke about it.
you may have spoken about it between yourselves, but I didn't say that you can.
That's
You
true. That's
just said
true.
that the
You can
binding and
always
it can,
try.
yeah, and it accumulates power, but I also said that Owen doesn't know what it will actually do. Like he knows that if the if the deal is broken, if you don't like comply once you are asked, then the runes will trigger and do something, but no, you don't know what it will do. You have to be specific. Um, and with that, you also discussed maybe trying to find more information about the Wanderer, the voice in Genie's head, which you started thinking about like you you talked about two things to investigate for now until the meeting with the Yars. One was going to the lake and trying to investigate the portal because it is like you can like going from the southern side of the lake, which is north to you, is pretty short. It's like a day's ride, so you can do it fairly quickly. And you discussed maybe investigating that. You also investigated trying to find more leads about who is the Wanderer. Is he God? Is he some kind of just like supernatural being? Is he something else? And that search led Vinny to actually ask the Wanderer, "Where can I find information about you? Can I find it in the temple? Clause?" Which he answered very humoristically, "Maybe. I don't know. I'm not omnipotent. But but if there's like old history tomes or old lore tomes, there is a chance my name might be mentioned." Um, he did say that he believes that the temple clause is a good place to start. So you all went there. You eventually decided to go into the temple of the god Goy, who is the god of law and history. And I remind you that the temple itself was basically made out of a large tree with a small couple of like buildings attached to it. You went inside. It was very quiet, very down to earth, pun intended. But we also saw that people who are basically venerating the gods or praying or practicing their belief to him are doing it in a very peculiar way. They all sit down and basically take slabs. Some are made of wood, some of stone, some of metal, depending on how rich you are and how much money you want to spend on it. And they basically mark down a piece of information about themselves, about their own history, about their own law, as a way to honor the god of law and history. They put it down on like specific pedestals that are set for that, and then they pray to him like this. Um, Bini approached one of the priests and asked him about if they have information about the wanderer. Um, he said that he does not remember specific something like that, but she's welcome to pray to go himself, and maybe she will get lucky and get some kind of divine inspiration. So, taking up that offer, Vinny approached one of the pedestals, kneeled down, and started marking her own piece of information on the slab. Now, one thing that I did say that you also notice about people who are like practicing their belief, they do it in a very open and visible and hearable, audible
One
way.
second, my cat is attacking my laundry.
You see now a cat go across the camera like, meow. So basically, they worship like old people reading out loud.
Basically, all young people on the buses with their phones in speaker.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So you notice that they are doing it in a way that basically lets anybody else who is interested be aware and listen in on their own kind of confession, so to speak. Because one of the main um, key beliefs of Goy is that information and history should be honored and should be shared and be known and not hidden. So basically, imitating that approach, Vinny knelt down, started marking on her tablet, and then was about to share a piece of our own history and our own self-law, basically. And with
The
that,
foot sauce in the background.
we will get back to it. Vinny, take it away.
Yeah, so Vinny will take the, I think it was the wooden slab that we got.
Stone.
Stone slab. Right. So she'll take the slab.
Stone.
Hmm. So she will take the slab. Beto! What the fuck? I don't know why he's attacking my laundry right now. Um, Jesus, sorry. Um, so she'll take the slab. She'll sit down, look up for a tiny bit, like trying to like decide what she's gonna say, what she's gonna write, tell, because like she has slip ups sometimes that she says stuff from the other place and like people react here weirdly. Like weird. Well, they react how people who have no idea what the fuck she's saying will react. Um, but she does understand that saying something about things that don't exist here in a big forum of like people and it will be remembered might be problem question mark. Um, so she'll sit down for a moment and choose something to talk about. And she will start writing, and as she writes, she sort of mumbles, talks, like it's not like announcing it to the world to hear, but if you'll sit down nearby or walk by, you'll probably hear her talk. Um, do I say it like first person or third person?
Whatever you feel more comfortable with, it's up to you.
Okay, first person. Let's go. Uh, it was a hot summer day. It wasn't that hot, or at least I thought it wasn't. Um, I was at summer camp, and we were supposed to have a water day, just playing with water balloons and throwing water at each other like kids do in
None
summer.
of you know what are
Um,
balloons, by the way.
prepare for a lot of words. You have no idea what the fuck they mean. Um, but the guides told us that it's probably too hot today, and we're gonna do a day inside. So we went inside, and we played video games. Not video games, well, board games. Uh, Memories. So I played board games, or jump rope, or whatever we could fit in a room filled with teens and kids. And we were there all day long. And then mom came to pick me up from camp, and she had a weird look on her face. She said, "We're going south." And I was so confused because what do you mean we're going south? Uh, we have like a trip tomorrow with camp. Like we're supposed to like I have camp tomorrow. What do we we're going south? Um, and we got home and the suitcases were already packed mostly. There were only a few things left we needed to put inside, and then we put them in the car and we drove for hours. We got to a hotel. We stayed there as long as we could. I think 2 weeks, two and a half. We couldn't stay there any longer. A lot of people started to come. A lot. We started a few families, and then all the rooms were booked and to the brim, and we couldn't stay there anymore because everything was booked and we couldn't make our stay longer. So we moved to a different family. Um, and then we couldn't stay there as well. It was a while before we could come back home. When we did, well, before that, we saw reports on the news. We saw explosions. We saw smoke. We saw rubble. We heard sirens from recordings that not from personal, like not there. Um, and it was a lot. And then we went back home, but it was different. There were craters in the street. There were cracks in homes. Not everything was the same. The playground received the heat. It was different. I only understood later that before it was announced that a war was happening, my mom could see the smoke mushrooms rising before her eyes, and she knew we couldn't stay. So the 2.5 weeks we were at the south were grace period because nothing was announced yet. We only saw it live, so we knew to run. But things weren't the same. And she will just stop talking for a moment. Her hand will put the stylus or whatever the fuck that was down. Um, and she will sit down and look at what she wrote in silence, which is weird for Vinny, which sometimes can't shut up or talks in, well, think times that she should probably shut up. Um, but she just sits there quietly, like living back those memories.
So as you say uh, all of that, as you kind of speak, the first thing you kind of notice is that as you give voice to your memory, you are almost reliving it. It's not just like a normal you thinking of a memory and you can visualize it in your head or stuff like that. You you are almost pulled back into it. You can smell the scents. You can feel the emotions going through in each moment of the memory. You can hear the noises of the people around you in the memory. It's it's a very visceral experience that you are not familiar with. Um, and what you don't notice because you are very much into it is that everything around you almost seems to freeze. Owen and Ivor both kind of, it's not that they don't hear you, but it's almost as if there's a screen around you. And everything outside is kind of muffled. And what they hear is is still the words, but since many of them are outside their own vocabulary, it's almost if something morphs it into something they can understand and relate to. So what they experience is not the actual accurate memory that you are describing, but they are experiencing the emotions that you felt, basically. Almost like an empathetic link to you. And so goes for everybody around you who is trying to pay attention to your kind of like sharing of memory. Um, if you would have looked at the priest, for example, you would see that not only is he deeply affected by it, much more than the other one, could be because of him being a priest of Goy and more connected to that kind of thing. Um, he's also starting to sweat, like like tense sweat, like cold sweat. And as you finish your retelling of the memory and put down tablet on the pedestal, you feel like a weight is being lifted off of you. It's a memory that you basically carried since childhood, but never really gave it voice. Something that was always thought to just deal with it. Everybody else experienced it, so you're just one of many. It's nothing special. It's just normal day to day. But it did had some kind of an anchoring effect on you, and letting it out kind of releases that pressure, and you feel a lot more calm and just generally better. You then also feel almost like a soft breeze on the back of your head. And you can start smelling the scent of like ink and old paper. And the whole kind of world again goes almost numb and freezes over, except for you, Ivor and Owen. The three of you, you are kind of in between. Like you are aware of the real world, what's going on, but you also are aware that you are being pulled at least halfway into kind of like an spiritual, quasi spiritual kind of laid over reality. And in front of you, you see a figure kind of materializes from thin air. The figure is tall. They are wearing plain gray robes. They have a long beard, braided, and they have dark eyes with just the rings outside, a little bit white or bright at least, almost like ink being spilled on paper. And that figure looks at you, Vinny specifically, and says, "Well, child, it has been a long time since I've heard a unique memory such as yours. A long time since one from your world has visited this
I will look at Ivor.
I'll just whisper to Oren as he stood next to me. He's like, if she's lied, we're dead.
He looks at Benny and says, "Thank you for sharing that memory. I took the liberty of changing it for the others so they can feel the feelings without understanding the words particularly." Let's hold on for a second until she beat slaps the cat.
Listen, I don't know why. Like once in a few months, he's like, "Oh, clothes! I'm gonna take those." I swear to God.
Um, so he says, "I took the liberty to change the words because aside from many of them not understanding what they mean, I don't think this world is ready for the ramifications of many of the things you mentioned." Oh,
Well, I tried to go safe. This wasn't safe enough.
oh, oh. In any ways, they did feel the feelings that you felt and understood the general meaning of the memory. I believe you came to my temple looking for a boon.
Yeah. So I get your goy, right?
Yes.
First time this happened. Cool. Um. Yeah. I was wondering if maybe you know anything about the Wanderer or the one who walks in between.
That is a name I've heard even less than memories of your world.
Shit. But it means you have?
I have indeed.
You'll just see Ivor slowly face palming. This is like, she's speaking to a god like her.
He looks at you and just kind of very slightly smiles as he says, history is not shy of bad language, Ivor. Only of lies and the twist of the truth of history.
History remembers.
It tries, despite the efforts of Sarah. But back on topic. Our time here is short, as it is quite strenuous to pull you into my own domain at the moment. Before I answer anything, I would like to know how is it that you came across the name or the names of that particular one?
Oh, if a question for Goy, like for you, um, if I say anything here, will the people in the non-frozen time hear it?
No, this
Cool.
is just us.
Yeah, so the Wanderer I think talks in my head and he has like the I have like the thingy tattoo symbol on my head which I didn't have before. So that's how.
Are you showing him the tattoo of the actual thing?
I will.
Okay.
Like I will. If time is frozen then and I will be able to hide it before like
Yeah, yeah.
time is unfrozen,
So
I will flash him my tattoo.
Vinny flashing gods. So so he looks at it and says, Hogan Mugan, it's been ages. um, he looks at you and says, would you allow me to inspect you for a moment? It will not cause you any harm or discomfort, but it will require
Sure.
me to scan your soul, so to speak.
Oh, so like an X-ray. Okay.
His eyes glow. No, I'm just kidding. And
Wait, you need the vest.
remove anything metal from yourself, and else it will destroy your body. No, he just gonna reach out, poke your hand. Um, do you give him your hand? He takes your hand very gently. You can feel that his own hand is rough, but not the same kind of roughness that you expect from like athletes or soldiers that have like the calluses and stuff. It's more it has almost the texture of like old parchment, basically.
But it oh, but it is like physical. Like I feel like
Yeah,
I
you feel
touched
it. You feel it.
something.
Yeah, you feel it. It's completely corporeal,
Mm.
but it has the texture of like of not skin, but like actual parchment. Okay.
Mhm.
And he holds it gently, and you can feel almost like a force washing over you, an immense force, but gentle. Like you know that the fact that you allowed him basically access to your soul right now, like you didn't know it before, but now you can feel it, means that you basically allowed him to completely destroy you if he wants right now. It's almost as if the soul has its own defense mechanism that is like unbreachable even to gods almost.
Mhm.
But you allowing him access basically gave him the back door. And if he
Mhm.
wanted to right now, he could basically decimate you.
Yeah, but I don't think he
So
has a
many
reason to.
euphemisms.
What?
So many euphemisms.
I know, I know.
You've gave him the back door. He can destroy you. Flashing gods. You flashing gods. What is going on in this room?
I mean, he's the father of history, so some call him daddy. No, but but basically, like, but you do feel that in spite of that immense power, it is being extremely gentle and delicate in inspecting your soul. And just a second. And after a few moments, he basically takes his hand away and nods slightly at you and says, "Very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
So I've heard.
Our time is short indeed. So I will answer a question and then ask. I have, or I do, know of the Wanderer, the one who dwells in between. I will say that he is an old god, a forgotten one, and he is a peculiar. I don't have any written information here, as he was very active in making his memory forgotten ever since the Briotandi wars. You know that it means the sibling wars. It, like the literal translation from the old tongue, Briotandi means sibling. Um, I also cannot go into details myself. I am physically incapable of doing that. And he kind of, you know, leans his head a bit and kind of raises his eyebrows at you, trying to stick to basically see if you can understand what he's basically, yeah, trying to kind of suggest to you. But
There's probably like an old contract or something forbidding him or a higher power that he cannot utter things of that time, probably.
and he continues and says, "What I can tell you is you should try to find hidden and forgotten places if you want to find facts about forgotten gods. Follow the ravens. That is usually a good way of finding me. And that is all I'm able to say about this at the moment. I will ask
That's
you a
something.
question now.
Yes.
And that question is also directed to the rest of your party. How did you come about this world? How much do you remember?
Me?
Yes, and if the party remembers how they met you, I would be interested in hearing their perspective.
I mean, I remember coming into this world. Well, I don't remember coming into any world. I remember I was walking in a forest, being the clumsy ass that I am. I fell down. I didn't knock my head on anything looking at Ivor. Um, but when I stood up, I was in a different place and I hit a tattoo and my hair was gray. And I remember there was a voice that said, "Not yet," I think. Um,
He
and then I
mumbles
was
to himself very quietly. Um, Level all of perception to see if you can manage to like make out what he says. All of you.
perception
Yeah. One.
22.
Oh, nice. Oren, Ivo,
I got a 2.
23.
nice. So Owen and Billy
Damn.
managed to hear him, and you can hear him saying to himself quietly, "This is so much like you old fart." Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like, and then I was captured by bandits, slave traders. I don't know what the fuck they were. And then I ran away and got in contact with some, like, the guys that I was with previously. And that's what I've got. And then, like, the things happen and then we're together, but that's what I've got.
Very well. How much do you want to know? S- Knowing, how shall I put it? I am willing to shed more light about how you came to this world, but the truth of it might both put you in harm's way, shock you, disturb you, and it would put you directly in my death, as well as it might annoy the Wanderer, as I might give you information he currently does not yet want you to know.
Hmm. Will knowing it, will knowing it maybe help me go back one day?
I don't believe so.
Well, knowing is good usually. So
I'll lean forward and whisper into Vinny's ear and go, "You don't want to be in the debt of a god, but you also were told to come here and ask questions by him. Just saying."
yeah, I mean, I like being in debt to a god. What can happen? Right?
Very well.
Well,
So, before I share this information, I would like a vow from
okay.
you and your party to help me when I will
In
upon you. I will give you my own vow that it will not be something that goes against your beliefs or principles. My help is, oh, sorry, the help I will require will only be in uncovering truth and history, but it may be dangerous when the time comes.
danger spanger, right?
You'll see me look at like the frozen section of time next to somebody like,
I mean, if you don't want to, we can just not. But like, it sounds like a way less dangerous deal than we did with the gardener. Just saying.
I agree. I'll look at Vinny. It's like it's quite apparent that Ivor is saying as little as possible in front of this guy. It's like,
Do you vow?
Does it also bind the people that are not currently in the frozen time, but also in our group?
No, only you. I cannot ask a vow for somebody who is not ill. That would be unethical.
can I opt to not listen?
You can, if you
I
want.
opt to not listen.
They immediately get frozen outside this realm as part of the other frozen people. Um,
You just see Ivor just literally like that, like he's looking smug, and then just
Well,
So, Vinny and Owen, do you vow to solve me once when I will call upon you, as long as it does not interfere with your own beliefs in principle?
sure.
I do.
Very well. I will now say that I do believe that when the time comes, it will also be valuable for you. As the path you are heading on, I believe, will intertwine with my own. That said, Vinny, you died.
Oh my god, it's so good that Ivor isn't here. He will think I was a vampire. I will say it out when we notice. Like that'll be this supposed to, like, oh my god, okay. Good thing he's not listening.
He's just thought,
As you said, you can see a little bit of again another like small smile on his face, and he just says, "Yes, your companion has a strange fixation on vampires."
Yep.
just wait till
That,
Ivo meets one and then doesn't believe they're a vampire.
back to that topic. What you remember is not the actual history. Being able to contact your soul allowed me to contact that moment in time and review the actual history. What you remember is both part your mind defending your own sanity and a bit of implanted memories by the wanderer. You fell off a valley. You died. It was instantaneous. Oh, perhaps died is too much of a finite measurement. You were unconscious and just on the brink of death. A moment, a microsecond, so to speak. That is when the Wanderer found you and brought you back into a new, almost identical body to what you remembered. He brought your soul into this world in the in between. That is why you have that white hair. That is why you have this tattoo. That is twist binding into your soul, into this new body that he fashioned for you. For what purpose, I don't know, but that tattoo is what links you to him, what grounds your soul to this body currently, and what lets you connect to part of his own powers, basically.
Ooh,
That is not related to your Vel powers. You had them all the time. Simply, Midgard is not a realm that is capable of allowing such power to actually exist, but your body did have the ability for it.
you see like a dawning realization and terror in Vinny's eyes. So she's like, wait, is that why mom was so shocked to fucking hear me? Cause I died? Oh my god, it probably made her think she was hallucinating. Oh no. Oh fuck. I need to like send her like a message saying like, "Oh, I moved on. Bye. Live your life." Fuck.
Let's see. Like when you can, do you say it out loud?
Yeah.
He will just look at you and say, "Time moves at double the speed on Midgard. So, whatever time you've been spending here, it's been twice that much over there.
That
Be,
doesn't
be
make it
aware
any
of it."
better. That really doesn't make it any better because it just makes like my mom after years that I disappeared or died. Who knows if someone found my body? Suddenly she hears my voice in her head and she's like, "Ah, the curse of my daughter." Ah.
He looks at you kind of curious. Why do you think it was years? It was immediately as he died. The transition.
Yeah, no, I'm like saying like I didn't send my mom a message like the moment I landed here, so it was a few days later. It was weeks after here, so it was months. Like as I know my mom, she would have probably been like wrecked from sadness, and I wouldn't put it past my aunts or something to put her in a fucking mental house because she will be like, I heard my daughter speak to me. Ugh.
Indeed. But that is how you came this way.
Oh boy. Can I ask a quick question? Like the thing you said with the body that the wanderer created for me. Am I a homunculi? Like I have the arm tattoo and shit. Like
Yes and no. You are very much flesh and blood human well. You are not a piece of clay or your soul has been binded to a soulless body. But the body is
yeah, like
the body is very much real and very much in almost any way identical to your original one.
yeah. So it's like a
Would I
successful
would I
what
know about cloning?
if
What?
Would I know about magical cloning at this
You
point?
would know this is something way beyond your understanding.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not even magical. Like the level like of skill and power to do something like he's basically describing is beyond your capability to comprehend. Basically,
Mm, yeah.
yeah, so it's like if you took like Adam Elric's like from Full Metal Alchemist like experimentation, trying to revive their mother, like building her a new body and bringing the soul from the other side of the gate, and that failed. So like if you make that a success, that's like the situation right now. Am I? Oh my god, am I in a mashup of like Full Metal Alchemist and like an isekai sort of like anime sort of thing? Oh my god! Again, saying it out loud or you
he,
understand nothing of it. It sounds like gibberish.
he just looks at you and says, "Nani?" with a half smile on his face. Oh, but then he also says, as I said, this information can be disturbing, but this is not one of your fictions for Midgard. It doesn't matter how you call your new body or how it was created. The truth of the matter is that you are right now very much a living soul filled. No, this is not a good way. One second, I need to think of a tool to say it in a way that doesn't sound very awkward. Um,
Hebrew me.
no, you're fully, you are a fully sentient being with their own soul, no different than anyone in your party or the other mortals of this world. So rest assured that aside from getting this connection to his powers, you are your own agent. This binding that he put on you, at the very least, I can tell you and assure you that he cannot control you and he cannot access your soul again without you accepting it.
Wasn't worried about that. Thank you for like popping that up and then like at least reassuring me about that. That's good. Uh huh. Well, that explains some things. Hmm.
I fear that Our time now is done. I go weary of maintaining this connection. Continue on your search for the path you walk is an important one for you and perhaps for many, many others. We shall speak again, I believe, as history has tendency of repeating itself.
That's true.
Farewell. And as he says it,
My glove is back on, just saying.
yeah,
Like the
yeah. As he says it, he basically kind of fades out of corporealism, or how do you call the noun of being corporeal?
becoming incorporeal.
Yeah, basically. Uncompromising one. And basically the whole kind of like white tint, kind of like sepia effect that the world was like underneath, kind of also fades out. And you immediately say, yeah, Ivor goes, opt out of it.
I was just there like, ha! Got rid of the bastard.
Cool. Cool.
The priest looks at you and he is pale. He looks at you, Vinny, and says, "You you got you had an audience with him, didn't you?"
Yeah.
Oh my God! You gotta tell me everything about it. Only takes out his parchment and starts like, and anything, please. It's rare. It's all. We don't have any report of an audience with him for the past 500 years at least.
So unfortunately, a lot of it will have to be redacted. Because I understood it's a bit dangerous. Um,
It was
but like
really boring.
he was paper, he was parchmenty. You can say.
Ivo immediately knows that the next time he picks up paper, he will get a paper cut.
He's cursed.
And by the way, I just wanted to say, funnily enough, I know exactly how parchment feels because I have a few parchment sheets like in my
You
storage
can be a
here.
fantasy geek and a cosplayer without having like touched parchment at least once. It's fine.
No, it's you can't be a Jew because like traditional Bibles and like scrolls are made from traditional parchment.
Actually, yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Like I have it because I bought some for my final project like in university and I didn't use it and now I'm probably going to sell what I currently
Well,
have or at least some of it.
the thing is though, you don't really know the feeling of parchment, like the type of problem that he has, because you're talking about like parchment that is still relatively modern. Like he,
No.
no,
No.
second, I'm talking about like the old parchment, which was all
Are
usually
you on about
made out of
vellum?
leather. Yeah,
Yes.
Vellum.
Leather,
yeah,
vellum.
vellum. Yeah, exactly. You have vellum
That's
at your
what
place.
I have vellum.
Oh fuck.
I
Okay.
went specifically to a place that creates vellum and makes like holy scriptures to buy vellum for my project.
Did you buy the one that's made out of Christian babies? You know that that's the
Yeah,
best
top
one, right?
quality materials.
Yeah, like fun, like
Oh, I gotta ask. I gotta one second. One second. I gotta ask. Do you know what's a reverse exorcism?
A summoning?
It's when the dead. It's when the demon takes the priest out of the child.
oh man.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, vellum specifically is actually made from like young sheep, I think, like from
The babies of
either young.
animals.
Yeah, it is because their skin is softer and thinner and then it's easier to make. And that is also why parchment and like vellum are so fucking expensive because the leathers are tiny. So it's like I have one that is like actually feels like actual parchment, like the paper itself. I have one that is a tiny bit like harder and has like color variations, and I have one that is thicker and like bigger.
I mean, that's just
So
a bunch of names of pornos. I'm sorry. Harder and thicker. Has kind of variations.
It's a bit hairy.
and I'm describing skin, so like
Oh man.
I'll,
Anyway,
This whole
yeah.
session is just full of euphemisms.
Do you have the
I'll,
Necronomicon lying around as well?
I'll look at Vinny and be like, "Can we get this place is making me feel dirty."
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. So, like, a lot of it, unfortunately, has to be redacted. Try to talk with him if you have like any concerns or questions.
Basically,
Um,
like, if he could, I would. He's not answering. I don't
tell
know what to
something
do.
interesting.
You
Tell
see,
something
I've
interesting.
made his way to the door and he's got it open. He'd be like, "He's a priest. He doesn't do anything interesting."
Exactly. I live
Again,
vicariously from people who are coming to pray. That's the whole gig.
again, he was very knowing, very again parchmenty. Like he felt like parchment.
What did he look like?
And he was like ink on paper, if it makes sense.
He doesn't.
He had hands, if it helps. He had hands and eyes.
What color eyes? Give me something.
I think it was black, like ink. Like
Okay.
he was like it's as if you took like a character you draw on a paper and then make it like 3D, three-dimensional actual person sort of thing, but it still felt like paper. That. Anyway, we've got to go. Thank you.
Just as the door's closing, I'll be like, "He also had a beard and a really great." And then I'll just close the door as I'm saying it, describing it.
We're gonna be hunted down
Again.
again.
I'll look at the other two and be like, "Well, now he's gone, and he made me feel a little bit grim. I'll be back in a second, and I will like sleek away from the group essentially, and make a beeline for basically Loki's temple, and you'll just see him disappear into there. And in which it's the question is anyone following me or not?
I would be curious. Like, you've already done enough trouble in the town where we weren't looking.
Well, if you don't try to sneak away from us, then I will follow you.
Yeah.
It's not like it's stealthily. It's just very much like the plan was the second you started talking, just walk off away in a different direction. You know, like when drunk people are in a group and they're just gone.
No, I will follow, but I would stay.
Yeah.
Stay. I would give you your space, and this time I wouldn't be standing next to you.
Yeah. And I'll just look at Oren and like, he really doesn't want to like admit that I said the truth. Like, he really doesn't want to admit it, huh?
I'll go into the temple and essentially walk straight up to where the offering is, and while it's relatively quiet and gloomy in there, you'll hear the distinct sound of jingling and quite a lot of it as Ivor gives 10% of all the stealing he's done onto the altar, turns around, and then just makes a beeline straight for the exit without saying anything.
As you go,
Cool.
like as you go by, you do notice like just general kind of description. Like the Temple of Rocky is a small one, not obviously in the main areas of the temple close. It's more on the sidelines in between bigger temples, almost as if it's trying to stay hidden. Um, and decorating the temple, uh, the decorative kind of like what's the term? When you kind of put flowers in a secret, there's a term for that.
Wreaths.
Yeah, but like there's the whole practice of like laying out flowers in a nice way. There's the name for that for the practice.
Ah,
Uh,
the
um,
Japanese thing, or
no,
like
no, just general like decoration wise. There's like a name for when you
flower arrangements.
yeah arrangement. Yeah, that was the word. I was missing the word.
Okay,
So there's that.
we got there.
Yeah. So like the whole building is like decorated with an arrangement of mistletoe, basically. Okay. Um,
Pinocchis.
Just for reference,
See,
Pinocchis.
no, there's a reason why mistletoe, why that like there's a very like actual reason why Christmas has the mistletoe as the thing, and it goes all the way back to the mythology and the myth about Balder and Loki. So do you all know the actual like okay, so in ancient like Norse mythology, basically what starts the whole events that leads to Armageddon to like wow, I forgot the name. It's like there's
The
a
end of the
Ragnarok.
world.
yeah, Ragnarok, to Ragnarok is basically the proclamation of Odin or his wife. I don't remember if it was Odin or his wife. That because of like a prophecy that Balder would die, they proclaimed, and their proclamation basically was an order. It wasn't like just like a proclamation. It was basically ordering all creation that no no man, no giant, no living being, or no trees or grass or other type of plants um, would be able to harm Balder. Um, and Loki, being the mischievous bastard that he was, he found a mistletoe which didn't fall under any of the categories from the botanical kind of thing of everything that they named specifically. It was the only plant around that didn't like go under any of those things. So technically, it could harm him. And
Do you
if
know
pressure,
why? Do you know why it doesn't fall under any of them?
I don't remember, but there's a
It's
botanical
actually a
reason.
parasite.
Yeah. So
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, it grows on apple trees.
yeah. So he fashioned an arrow out of it and doing a great feast when basically like people for fun try to kind of throw weapons at Balder, try to stab him, and so how nothing hurts him. He gave a different god who was blinded previously and couldn't see that he was Loki. Gave him an arrow to shoot just for fun. Didn't tell him that he was a wizard, obviously, and that arrow pierced Balder and killed him. And that was the event that like the prophecy said would start Ragnarok.
Oh
Um,
shit.
yeah, and basically after that, like Freya, I think was or Frigga, I don't remember which one is the wife of Odin, basically proclaimed that like a mistletoe would never be used to harm again, and bunch of like iteration from that kind of derived it being a sign for like kissing underneath as also a way of Christianity to kind of go against the pagan belief of mistletoe. But like
Mm.
mistletoe was basically the thing that killed Baldur, which kickstarted the Nordic Ragnarok. And obviously after that, like the gods chased Loki around. He changed into a fish to hide inside the like an underground lake. There's a whole bunch of stuff about it. It's a interesting piece of lore, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just for reference, that means Ivor is now 490 hammers lighter.
How many hammers do you have?
Well, that was 10% of his wealth.
They just said that you had
Damn.
so many hammers that you can touch it.
I'll give you a clue. You know when we were in the underground cave and he went into the tent before anyone else had got the papers and came out and said,
Yeah.
"Oh, there's all these papers." Yeah, there was also a rather large bag of money in there to pay all the mercenaries,
Yeah.
and he didn't know you at the time, so he doesn't care. But yeah, so that's why when he's giving money to you, he's like begrudgingly does it, but he still does it. But yeah, and on the way out, he'll basically grab the priest on the forearm, squeeze it slightly, and then just walk out as if just acknowledging his donation is literally all he was doing, and then leaves.
1 second. What's your passive perception?
Relatively low, to be fair.
Is it above 3?
My passive perception? Yeah, it's above 3.
Yeah.
10.
So as you kind of grab the hand of the priest to let him know that you left a donation, all that. Being a priest of Loki, you do feel a hand slipping inside your pocket. What do you do?
I'll just grab his hand and take it out, laughing as I as I walk off.
He laughs back at you and throws you a wink.
Fine.
Like a
It is what it is.
Your
It's one of
hammer
those.
back.
Yeah,
It's one of those. It is
like-
what it is. You completely expect it in there. It's just like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's like a camaraderie, kind of like a humor among thieves kind of a thing, Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
And,
like, it's literally almost like the equivalent of like a hey,
Yeah,
gotcha,
literally.
hey,
Gotcha.
almost like a Family Guy scene. Yeah.
As I walk out, I literally see you two like stood essentially right next to the door. It's like, what are you doing in here? Get out. And I just walk out and be like, right, so what are we supposed to be doing now?
Didn't really take it for being the religious one.
I didn't
Uh,
understand a word you just said.
I said I didn't really take you to be a religious one.
Why do you think I get away with everything? You ever seen me get in trouble for the shit I do?
Well, soon you will, with how much trouble you've caused in town.
Don't worry. That's why you keep Loki happy. There's a simple rule: 10% goes to him until you get caught.
And then do you get a refund?
Sounds like a cult.
A bit.
I mean, which one of these don't? I mean, you were speaking to. Oh God! I mean, if you lied to him, if you said anything wrong, I mean, the stuff that he did
Wait,
to you.
if you bring more people to Viv to Loki, do you get the bigger percentage?
I don't know. I've
It's
never
a pure
tried to impress. Have you got a moment to talk about Loki?
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior?
Our Lord and Savior, Loki.
Yeah, but hey, I didn't say any lies.
That's
Everything I said was true.
well, I don't know. I mean, he seemed to run away quite quickly when I wouldn't agree to his terms.
Well, what?
When he said, "Do you agree to, not lie to me?" I was like, no," and then he went. Or whatever it
No,
was he said. I wasn't listening to
you.
him. He was.
You went. Like, we had a conversation.
No, I said it and he gone. I just.
For you, we had a conversation. You know how before he was gone, like, the surrounding place was frozen and we weren't?
Please tell me you didn't agree to what he wanted.
Did he?
Loki, please.
Again, way less dangerous than what we agreed to with the gardener. Just saying.
This.
That's life threatening. This, potentially life threatening.
That damns your mortal soul. This. might
Damned
remove
your
my head.
existence.
Might remove my head.
And then what?
My soul's okay. I'll just. I
You
don't know
sure
where I'll
about
go.
that? You sure about that?
Well, that's what that's for. You said, is it insurance? Yes.
Well, anyway, he didn't run. You just faded out.
Is there anything I? Hmm. Is there anything I need to know but don't really want to know?
Is there? A little bit Orin.
Don't think so.
You're both incredibly shifty. I have no idea what am I into. But luckily, I don't need to keep the word, so sucks to be you two. You can't lie to him. I just won't speak to him.
Again, I didn't lie to him once. Not in the story I told.
Which made him
Eh,
like, no. Are you a war orphan? I mean, I didn't follow that, honestly.
not orphan, but well, how many wars did we have already? Uh, and I will start like counting on my hand, and I'll be like, "Wait,
Like,
was
you're
that? Did that count as a
squeamish.
war?" Yeah, well, when you relive childhood memories that aren't that fun, you try to be just fine talking about it.
I scavenge through corpses and don't see that as an issue, and yet you feel a bit weird about lying to people and killing people, yet you've lived through more wars than you have fingers?
Not more wars than I have fingers. I don't think.
No.
That's the
Right.
problem.
Listen. When we don't know if something is a war or like something that is like just a military thing for a little bit for a few days, like it's hard to follow of how many wars exactly there's been. Okay,
Oh, a
like
special
it's
military operation is not a war.
listen again. We like there's so many stupid things that happen. Like you can have a war inside a war, and then you can have like a thing that is you would maybe call a war, but no, it was just an operation. And then it's like there's weird things like mm,
A war inside a war. So not
yeah,
just so not just more war.
no, but it's inside like an existing war. So it's like it's not another war. It's still the same war, just more war.
I'll just turn to
It
look at
sound
Orange and
it
be like,
sound like the dwarf in Kingdom of Magic, the game. If you're familiar with the game, are you familiar with the game? I'm not the only one who played it. It's insane. It was a very good game. It's an old
Which game?
Kingdom O Magic. It's like an old
Nope.
90s, I think, adventure quest kind of game. You know, what when you we like solve puzzles and with your mouth kicking, kind of like Monkey Island style on that. But it was like I think it predates it even a bit, or maybe it's a bit later. I'm not sure. But it was the one of the first 3D games, which was really groundbreaking for the time. it, but it's like a very niche game. Like again, I never meet a person who actually knows the game, but it was an hilarious game. It was basically, I think it's part of the inspiration, by the way, for Shrek, because you basically can choose either like a barbarian woman or this kind of like male jackass gecko kind of a creature. And you inside like the like a legend, like the fairy tale kind of world, and you're investigating a murder, and that leads to a whole thing like but you meet all kind of like fairy tale characters and all that, so and it's very much in the same humor as Shrek. So I'm pretty sure that Shrek, at least at some levels, the writers so played the game and got inspiration. And like one of the things that I remember most about this game is like one, as if you're playing the gecko, which has like a very thick Scottish accent, you come across one of like a fairy tale character of like this old rocking chair grandma, and when you like start talking to her, you can choose dialogue between three options. And the one that I always chose, no matter how many times I played it, was, and I'm gonna do a very horrible Scottish impersonation right now, so like bear with me. Is like, "Greetings, you seen old hag. How are you today?" And the second thing is that there was a dwarf character that walked around the like the country. It was almost like an open world. You could go like to different location. It was really like really like ahead of its time. Um, and every time you would talk to him, literally almost the only things he would ever say to you was, unless you unlocked the dialogues doing like whatever you did, was war, war, and more, war. That's basically his dialogue. So yeah. Look it up. It was a
Mm.
really funny game, really good game. Right.
If I'll remember.
So
Yeah, no, so it's like again, you like where I'm from, in war you don't necessarily like you have roles you don't necessarily either if you participate in the war or if you're just a civilian, you don't always see bodies. I haven't really been exposed to actual bodies before now.
what do you
Don't
think of Fred?
no. We're in the middle of town. Put him back.
Anyway, we probably shouldn't hang around outside the front of this door because, well, you're not the most observant of people. Um, so unless you want things to
We
disappear out your pockets, I would say let's carry on to where we need to be, wherever that is.
okay. To the lake? Question mark.
Yep, you can go to the lake.
Cool. Before you head out to the lake, I don't remember if you bought stuff for that. Like, do you remember what you found? Do you want me to like remind you what you found out about the lake specifically, in case you need to do some preparation before something?
Or I think you went to buy scroll of water breathing or something.
I already did that. I already know the
Yeah,
spell.
okay.
Okay, so
So
cool. So you are
yeah,
familiar with the okay. So good. So I think yeah. No, I'll do like a 5 minute break. I'm gonna get coffee. And then yeah, 5 minutes. So yeah.
Hmm. And
Sure.
I remind that I will need to leave at 11:30 because I do need to sleep.
What is it we're
Oh,
supposed to be doing
11.
at the lake?
Wait, 11:30.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just
Like I think I need
so let's continue. Let's continue. It's fine.
no, get your coffee. It's fine. Go get
No,
your coffee.
I can do that.
What time? What time is it
fine.
now?
It's like she needs to leave in 20 minutes.
11:09.
Yeah.
Oh right, fair enough then.
So yeah, it's fine. So let's continue. So you will basically make your way to the lake. Um, it's a very safe road to the lake, like to the southern side of the lake. You get to the location when there's the basically the Drasif port is at the southern side of the lake. You see like a bunch of the fishermen, out in the shores trying to fish. There's a bunch of like traders coming in, going on, as the lake is connected to the what's the name of the giant river? One second, it's snow something. One second, I want to check. Where is the fires? Why is my computer not working? Uh,
Loch Sliffer?
no. The Loch Leifa is basically connected
The Garan,
from its the Gargan
Gargan,
River.
yeah, Gargan River.
Mm.
Yeah, which is like
I was going to call it the Is River at first.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it is? No, Ace is the continent.
No, this is the kingdom,
The
the
kingdom.
northern
Right,
kingdom.
right.
The Gargan River is basically the one of the biggest rivers on the continent, and it's also kind of like a natural border for the city of Levis. And it's also a very like main trade route that goes from side to side. Okay.
I need to sneeze. Ignore me.
Oh, okay, guys, it was looking like you were choking or something. I was like, oh, what did you do around there? Um,
So,
so
Oren, with your water breathing spell, are you able to like give that to everybody, or just you?
yes, but you probably won't see much down there.
Do you not have?
You
light?
probably
I
won't
can't
see
give you
much.
I can't give you vision down there. No.
You probably won't see much because it's a river.
yeah. But that went off the deep end.
We.
By the way, are my goggles back to functioning? Like we said it was like after a while it will be fine. Are my goggles back on?
Yes,
Shh.
for now. We'll see how they fare under pressure of the water.
Well, I mean, if you can't lighten the place up for everyone, I suppose
I can.
you.
You've already seen me do it.
If you have anything better to do, I'm not forcing you to come with us.
I just was planning on sitting on the beach while you went swimming.
Come join us. Don't be a coward.
I'm guessing we're just like traveling up there at this point because I'd be coming with you, but it was just more the trying not to go in the water.
Are you scared of the water?
No,
Then why
I'm
not
scared of
get
hard
in?
work.
Just from the kraken inside the lake.
I mean, it's a one of a kind opportunity to breathe underwater. I'm just saying.
True. Is it a one time thing or is it like you can do it again afterwards?
How many
I
boats
can
are
do
on
it
this
again.
lake?
Mm.
How many boats are on this lake, do we reckon?
Plenty. Like it's almost like the close to the final stop for all trades. Um, like on the eastern side of the continent. So this is like the main hub of trade.
Well, it's quite a big lake, isn't it?
Yes, a
Which
huge lake.
means, which means, Vinny, how bright's the light?
It's like 20 feet.
Oren, how long does this last for when you cast it?
Oh, a very long time.
Oh,
Um,
the lady's like an hour, but they can recast it how many times they want.
it's for the whole day.
Let me think as we go. As we go there, it's like you'll see the gears turning. Ivor was trying to think, how could he make chests underwater full of stuff float back to the surface?
Hunting for treasure.
He's like the idea now is like I could swim around looking for ships which have sank in storms or
Searching for
traders
first the
who
blooms.
lost, yeah, traders who lost stuff off the side of their boat. Ooh, pretty nice swords in there.
Whatever you do, though, don't open your bag inside the water.
But why would I do that?
If you want to put stuff inside the bag or take stuff out of the bag.
No, that's just a silly idea. Then it will all get wet.
More than get wet, I think it's like if you try to bring something like that has no water in it inside, like if you put it upside down, then maybe water won't get in it because like the air will keep above it. But I don't know how it works
Um,
with like dimensional bags.
So Owen hears you and kind of laughs because you would know how a dimensional bag works, and you would know that basically part of the enchantment, is to seal anything that isn't placed inside of it or taken out of it with intent. Like as part, basically, like every spell or every enchantment or every kind of magical effect always require, or at least when it's done by like an actual mortal being or being with with who is made out of the three concepts of like physicality, ideation, and spirit, um, requires intent. So anything without intent won't be able to actually go in or out because part of the enchantment prevents it just specifically for such events when it's underwater or there's a foreign something that can actually go in, like it will never allow it to go in basically. So yeah, so you know that what she's saying right now doesn't really make sense and can't happen. So
I will say, retcon, that going back through the town, probably needing to go back through the town to get to the lake, I will leave a message at the inn or the tavern that we sleep at,
You actually
so
don't
that
need to go to town if you don't want to, because there is
we
the
will.
eastern gate on the temple.
We will, because I will want to leave a note for Padel, if he'll want to join us later on, that he'll know where to find us.
Yeah.
Though, if you're gonna cast like the talking as myself, not as Vinny, if you're gonna cast like the water breathing while he's not there, he's not gonna have it anyway.
Not if he joins us there before we go underwater, I can
Yeah.
cast it again.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way. You leave the town. You make your way through the during the day to the lake. You get there around, I would say, like midnight, give or take. Okay, it's a day's walk, like fast walk or slow, like slow, not gallop. What's the term when you walk slowly with a horse? There's like a specific, like
Um.
there's a word for it.
Fuck. How's it called? I literally learned.
Trot. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
so it's a slow trot. So you get there around midnight, which honestly probably is good for you because you probably don't want people to see you go inside the lake. That would be weird and also alarming, especially with everything that happened to the town on the other side of the lake. So yeah, you get there uh, during midnight. What do you want to do?
First off, I'm gonna use a spell slot to cast Find Familiar again and change my owl into an octopus, and just like have it sit on my shoulder because I needed to see down there.
Octopus.
Octopus
No, it's
Can't
not.
you do it like?
or squid. I don't know what is the
Let's
familiar for the water
let's call
familiar.
him now that his name is now is Octopus.
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 Hey,
Question. Can't you?
octopuses also have like beaks, so makes sense.
True. Can't you cast it ritually and then save yourself the spell slot?
Yeah, but it takes an hour, so I don't want to stay here for an hour.
I mean, you can ride on
With a
like
crab.
you can ride with one of us, and then you can do it while we ride.
Or we can do it like that. Anyways, I just need to get my familiar
I
out.
will allow it to be a ritual. You can say that you did doing walking. It's not a difficult ritual for you. You can basically hum
Sounds
and
good.
do it as you walk. It's not a
Sounds good. Then I guess we need to get to the center of the lake. Vinny, you could probably get us a boat.
Yeah. Are there not any boats that we can just like?
Of course
Well,
there
there
are.
are plenty
You
of
want you want
boats anchored to the ports here. It will be technically stealing because they're not your boats.
And I'll feel bad if something will happen to it.
Don't worry, nothing will happen to it. It's fine.
Eh, goose.
I'll go up to literally one of the ropes, and you like the trick, and you'll see that
And
I'll
that's
stab.
goose.
But usually, while you're doing that, I'll literally just stab the rope through like the top of it and just start pulling it like that
No,
to slice it up, and you just see it like start shredding the whole.
no, goose. I'll go to you and cast mending on the rope. Goose.
Fine.
I like
Really
I love how
no
the
fun.
boat changes the species every time. From that
Yep.
to goose to a turtle.
It was a
Swan.
turtle. Yeah.
I've had a swan one as well.
It keeps it interesting. It keeps it interesting.
Cool. So just for like for the ability for Peter to join, we're gonna say that like by that time Peter kind of caught up with you and joined you. He was still a bit silent and a bit kind of like self-reflecting, but he did follow you and joined you, and he's on the boat as well. Okay.
He's being old broody over
Yeah.
people.
Okay, so you made your way to the center of the lake. What do you do?
I will settle there and I will start ritually casting water breathing, targeting everyone. And after 10 minutes, the magic will take effect, and we are now capable of breathing underwater.
during that time, I will have been making sure all of my gear is very securely tied to me. And you'll see that I put one of my daggers, basically, I re-strap it over where the tattoo is, but with the hilt on the top of my arm. And I'll look over at Vinny and be like, Vinny, what do you actually have for, like, self-defense?
Well, I have these, and I take the crossbow out of the bag, and
won't
I
help you.
have this. I have a dagger,
That will only help you if you have easy access to it. Have you seen some of the funny
and
fish?
and I have these. Pointing out finger guns.
Right. I don't want you to use electric underwater, so
It's not electric. I don't have anything electric.
uh, shatter not do it.
Thunder and shatter is also thunder.
Yeah, which that's going to be electrifying the water as
No,
well.
no, thunder is the noise.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
no good,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just like the ultrasonic, the waves basically.
Yeah, it's very loud.
But have you seen the size of the fish down there? There could be all sorts. I mean, and I'll point at Oran Valley's casting and be like, he's got a bloody octopus sat on his shoulder. Imagine one of them come and grab your hand. You can't cast anything. Strap your dagger to your arm.
Um,
You'll be thankful if something gets you. This is very easy than this.
yeah, but then if you want to scratch your ass or something, you're gonna stab yourself. It's so fun.
You don't scratch your ass with this bit of your body, do you?
Wait, but how do you stab someone if it's strapped to here?
Yet you just grab and pull. Then stabby stab. Instead of it being down by your sides.
It doesn't understand it, or if Noy doesn't understand it right now. He's basically meaning that he will be. He's telling Vinny to
Like the scabbard to tie it to the
Yes.
hand and
Yeah.
like the yeah. I understood it after. I was like,
Not like the
"Wait, what?"
Assassin's Creed
I was
blade,
like,
like
my God, you're such a good actor. I was like, oh my God.
Me being tired really helps. Well, if you say so. I look at you skeptically as I'll tie the dagger upside down, like with the help like towards there, like the.
I was looking like I was just literally 180 it on your arm.
Oh, okay, got it.
So
Yeah.
I'll also like do the clasp back up, and it's like no, like that.
Okay. If okay.
So,
Think of it as you now have a quick draw knife.
Mm,
so with all of you pretty much prepared, what's next?
by the way, I just
Um,
want to ask. You said something about Padel earlier. Then Padel is here sulking, or what did you say earlier? I wasn't
Meditating.
listening. Meditating, but with
meditating on the
us.
boat.
Yeah, he's,
Okay, he's with us on the boat.
he's also
Okay.
prepping himself for whatever he thinks is appropriate for this
Hmm.
dive session.
I mean, if Patel was here, the first thing I would do once Alran has finished ritually casting is push him in.
You ass.
maybe I don't tell you when I finish casting.
It's when you get back up. It's when you stand up, and I'll be like, "Right,
No.
we're off." Boom.
It's when you're getting pushed in.
I think it would essentially have become a roll off, and I think it's 50-50 as to who would end up in the water first.
Yeah, so what do you all do? Do you all just jump into the water? What do you?
Goggles.
Pretty
I'd
much,
stand on the edge of the boat and just be like, how are we supposed to see where we're going? Does anyone actually know, other than straight down, what we're looking for? As I just like starfish back into the into the water.
Yeah, I will keep my familiar on my shoulder, and I will look through its eyes and ears while we go down there, because then I can see. But I will have it close
I
enough so that it's basically like I would see this.
Yeah, I will. As I said, I put my goggles on and I will cast light on a crossbow bolt, so it will be like a source of light to help us.
Okay.
Just a question to you guys. Do you think it'd be wise if we tied a rope to each other?
Yes, and to the boat.
I mean, we can't really tie it to the boat because I don't
It's
think we've
way
got
too
like
deep. Yeah.
2 miles of stray. But each other, we've got. I mean,
I mean,
I've got 200 feet of rope. Don't ask. But
for you it would make sense because you can't really see anything down there, but I would not recommend it. If we have something to fight down there, then we don't have much movement.
Also, you are able to see because of Vinny's light. It's almost as if you're seeing in a very dim light. So like you do have a bit of like um oh my god.
vision.
Yeah,
Visibility.
yeah, visibility. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Visibility. You have a little bit of visibility, not far, but like you can see a little bit at least. Um,
If you want, you can tie yourself and I can drag you, like hold on to the rope, and then if need be, I can just let go.
I'll be looking at the boat and be like, anything heavy. Hmm, never mind. And I'll just like like I'm literally in the water. And I'm just
Yeah.
um
so I would say that all of you are basically off the boat. You are slowly diving down. You can feel the pressure of the water rising as you go deeper, deeper. Um, and eventually, you get close enough that you can see the glow of the portal underneath at the bottom of the lake. The pressure is getting intense. I will say that by the time you get to the bottom and actually like are closer to the portal, you will suffer 1 point of exhaustion for trying to like deal with the pressure of the weight of the water. Um, but you make your way there. In front of you is a surprisingly large portal with a visible sphere of defense, of some kind of barrier that prevents things from going in or out. As you all kind of facing that, um, Oren needs to prepare and think about how he's going to approach breaking through the barrier. But with that, we are going to close this session, and we'll get back to it next week.
All right.